Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a clip of a fat activist getting angry when skinny people buy plus-size clothes. We're also going to be taking a look at several bonus clips, including one where somebody says the body positivity movement was started by fat people, and another one where somebody's getting upset when skinny people ask them where they got their plus-size clothes. Before we proceed, please click the like button so that I may apply comb to mustache. Caption at the top reads, "Why did you buy 6XL shirt? You basically could fit in extra small."
Extra large t-shirt, you basically can fit in a medium. Oh, thank you for
And it says, "Oh, thanks for asking. Is 'cause I suffer from a condition called," and then it shows a cherry symbol. So this person has some kind of condition. I have no idea because they just put a cherry there. So
Hello.
hey.
I am a plus-size trans person. I don't look it right now. I'm presenting very femme, but I am a trans man. I just wanted to come on here and say that, no hate to you at all, but if you feel so uncomfortable in that body, imagine how we feel.
Okay.
And not having access to those clothes because someone smaller than us has purchased those clothes previously.
Okay, well, everybody's free to buy whatever clothes they want or whatever other item in society that they want. People that don't even need glasses are free to go buy them if they would like. And I don't know if that person actually had some kind of condition or whatever, but this person doesn't seem to care at all. They're just like, I could have wore that!
And, like, it's really hard to have access to clothes that fit plus-size people, and plus-size trans people need those oversized clothes. So I just wanted to pop up and say, be mindful.
Okay, well, whoever gets there first to buy the clothes can buy the clothes, okay? Be mindful.
I guess. Just to be mindful and think about others.
Okay, so I shouldn't buy the things that I want because you might want them. And you're entitled to them more than me. Okay. It's funny when people make these bizarre off-the-wall requests and then they wrap it up with, be mindful. That's ironic because that didn't make a whole lot of sense. Telling a skinny person that they can't have larger clothes because they don't need them would be like telling a fat activist that they don't need those glasses because it's not like you know how to read anyway. Next.
Oh my god, I love your skirt. Oh, thanks. Where is it from? It's from Torrid.
It's from Torrid. You wouldn't know nothing about that, you skinny moron.
Wait.
That's the vibe she had right there.
Where? Just this place called Torrid. What did you say it was called? I'm gonna look this up. I can't believe I've never heard of this. I can.
Okay, so we're upset with our friend for liking our shirt and wanting to know where it's from. I can believe that you've never heard of Torrid before, because you're a skinny bitch. Look at you.
I can believe that you have never heard of this store because it's a plus-size store.
You seem real bitter.
For plus-size people like me.
Yeah, that's a real bitter attitude that you got there, friend. I was just asking where you got it from. Thanks for being a total jerk, though.
I don't know if you've ever noticed, but the stores that you like and the stores that you shop at and all the stores that you care about, they only go up to like a size 12 or 14, and that actually only covers like 30% of women in America. But
okay, I just asked where you got the shirt from. I wasn't looking for a bitter lecture where you start projecting all of your insecurities onto me. And honestly, I don't think we should hang out anymore.
Hey, since all of your clothes are mainstream fashion, why would you ever...
You seem pretty bitter about that.
...ever stop to think about where the other 70% of women in America have to shop and what those stores' names are called and...
Okay, so we're not really friends, are we? I ask you where you got your shirt from, you just start berating me about how I'm only part of the 30% that could fit into normal size clothes and the other 70% of us have to go to plus size clothes and you wouldn't know what that's like. Like, I literally just asked you where you got your shirt because I thought it was cute. She then proceeds to go on a bitter tirade that lasts all of 30 minutes. Dear God. Tell me that you're bitter as hell without telling me that you're bitter as hell. I'm sorry that I liked your shirt. I guess I won't do that again.
What kind of clothes they carry?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's my response. Like, what the hell? I asked you what time it was and you started going on a tirade about your childhood, basically. And then you casually sip your drink like you didn't just, like, trauma dump on this person, basically.
It's from Urban Outfitters. Oh my god, so cute.
Alright, I just wanted to know where you got your shirt from. I didn't need to know how bitter you are about the entire world and every human being in it. Okay, so I don't think that you're actually my friend. I don't know why we keep hanging out. Next. When you're complaining to your skinny friend about stores never having plus sizes and they respond by saying, sometimes they don't have my small size. Sometimes clothes hang loose. I'm told to eat a cheeseburger. Okay, so your skinny friend has struggles too. Let's see if we are receptive to their struggles as well. Okay, it looks like we don't care about their struggles. But we want them to care about ours, right? You're rolling your eyes, thank God, it's brutal out there. Okay. Okay, so your skinny friend tried to relate to you by talking about how they also have a hard time finding clothes, and you start rolling your eyes. That's how it always goes. Like, you can't be friends with a fat activist because every 5 seconds they're going to be like, your struggles aren't as bad as mine. Like, everything is a competition for who is the most oppressed. And in the end, the winner of that competition gets to be the most impressed down by gravity. Thank you so much. Do-do-do! Sorry, got a little aggressive. That wasn't that damn funny. Next.
Today I saw someone with a pretty big platform complaining that people who are overweight are gatekeeping the body positive movement from thin people.
Okay.
First of all, say fat. It's not a bad word.
Fat.
Second, the body positive...
Fat. Should I say it neutral? Should I say it with an upbeat inflection? Fat. Should I say it seductively? Fat. I'm sorry for that. That wasn't seductive. That was confusing and scary.
The movement was created by fat women because we're underrepresented in media, gate kept from clothing stores.
Wasn't the body positivity movement started in like the 60s or 70s? What do you mean it was started by obese women? The one obese person that existed back then started a whole movement? Oh my goodness.
Equal opportunities to employment and healthcare.
That's not what I've heard. I've heard that the body positivity movement was started by people that have physical deformities that they cannot control, such as amputees, people in wheelchairs, and stuff like that.
Very thin people have always been overrepresented in media, and the representation is usually very positive.
How are they overrepresented in media if nobody was obese back in the day?
While fat people are underrepresented and their representation trends towards negative or just comic relief. Thankfully that's starting to change, but that change is really recent. But the body positive...
I don't think it's changing.
...movement started as a response to that. If you are not recognizing your thin privilege and using...
Oh God, stop. Some would say it's fairly privileged to be obese. You know what I'm saying? Thin privilege. The privilege to work hard and eat healthy? Is it really thin privilege to work hard at eating healthy and exercising and then seeing the results of that hard work? Is it privilege to go to college and then get the degree that you actually studied for? It literally makes no sense. I work hard, I get the reward for my hard work, which is a booty that looks snatched in those boom boom shorts, and then people that have not done the hard work to achieve that same thing come along and call me privileged. What? I guess you weren't there at 5 a.m. every morning when I was doing squats in the gym. I wasn't really doing squats every day at 5 a.m. You can't just keep training the same muscle group day after day like that. Hold on. If you are not recognizing your thin privilege and advocating for the empowerment of
fat women, you're not body positive.
How am I supposed to be body positive when I don't see shit positive?
You're kind of just thin positive, like everybody else.
I'm not positive about anything in particular. I'm just a realist in the sense that if you make yourself incompatible with society because of the actions that you have taken, you shouldn't go around complaining about that now. I can't fit into this, I can't fit into that, I can't do this, I can't do that because of stuff that I did to myself. So, The concept of thin privilege sounds like just a bunch of bitter people that didn't feel like doing the work, so now they're trying to tear down others that have. It's really easy to discount the hard work that it takes to be thin or to get into good shape, especially if you haven't done it yourself. Do you think the average person rolls out of bed with an ass that is snatched? No, my friend. There is work required. Next.
Whether you want to believe it or not, there's different thresholds or categories of being fat, plus size, whatever your preferred term is. Stereotypical like curvy model plus size, which is like desirable, where like they have the big booty, they have the nice chest, but their belly is flat, right? Like that I feel like is like the societal acceptable way to be plus size. If you are going to be plus size, preferably you're not. But if you have to be plus size, like that is the ideal standard, okay? Then there's like plus size, and I don't know what to call this, but it's basically like when you're like an 18 plus up and you're starting to have an even harder time of finding clothes that fit you because you can't really just walk into the mall anymore and find something.
Also known as red flag number 1.
Not that what you were finding before was great, but you really just can't find anything anymore if you just...
Actually, this is probably red flag number 3. If you are already to the point where you just can't find anything anymore, then there was probably red flag number 1 and red flag number 2 before that you ignored.
Like walk into the mall, right? But I feel like at this point, people still will question you if you call yourself fat. They're like, oh, you're not fat, or like, there's no way you weigh, over 250 pounds or whatever. Then there's another threshold that apparently I've crossed in the last week.
Uh-oh.
And I know that I've been gaining more weight, and that's like a whole nother thing. I'm 100% body positivity, like love your body where it's at.
But
whatever that means to you, right? But it's getting to the point where
there's a but.
I know that I've crossed the threshold because of like how I've been interacting with people in society and how people have been interacting back with me. For instance, today, for the first time in my entire life, I had someone, as I was like walking downtown to get on my coffee break at work, there was these men driving in a van, and they literally like both got out of the window and were like, you're fat. Just
synchronized? Both of them said that like at the same time, like in unison. You bastards. Getting all organized with your fat phobia now. It hurts a lot worse.
Such a weird experience for me.
For me.
Because I get told I'm fat all the time. Like if you follow me on this app or the other one, at least 5 or 6 times a day, someone in one of my videos is going to tell me I'm fat, which is not a shocker to me, right? I'm fat. But to have it happen in real life was just like a surreal experience.
Okay, this is the first time you've ever been called fat in real life.
And it's happened to me in like more subliminal ways when I was younger, and even as I got older a little bit, but never like...
It happened to you in subliminal ways when you were younger. I don't know if you know what the word subliminal means. I think you meant subtle. Subliminal would be like if while I was talking here, the word "you're fat" flashed on the screen for a microsecond. Okay, so people have subliminally called you fat in the past before. You were like walking past and they flashed a flashcard that said the word fat for like a microsecond to where only your subconscious mind could perceive it. I don't think you know what the word subliminal means. Subtle, I think, is the word you were looking for. They have subtly insinuated that you might be living in a larger body.
And even as I got older a little bit, but never like someone that I never had even talked to before. Or like the other day, like sitting down next to someone and you could tell they were like severely disappointed that a fat person sat next to them.
Why? You were touching them, like, or all up in their space or something? This was on an airplane or on a bus?
And it's just really interesting psychologically.
It's really interesting psychologically how as we get bigger, we start to externalize all of these problems that are happening to us. I grew too large for the store. People are starting to give me dirty looks. Some guy called me fat. All because of systemic yada yada something or rather.
Like cross through like these different thresholds, and like I don't even know like why I'm making this video, to be honest, but I don't know if anyone else is like feeling the same way or has felt the same way, but it's just so interesting to think like even in being plus size, like there's different like thresholds and different like categories that like you could experience.
Yeah, the fatness spectrum, right? We're all familiar with that. Come on, man. Fluffykittenparty.org. Or was it .com? I don't know, whatever sounds more legitimate.
Almost like hierarchies of like being plus size, and it's like, what the heck? I don't
I know you're not talking about the hierarchies of being plus size when you guys have the fatness spectrum, which is literally a hierarchy of plus sizeness, but you have inverted it to where the larger you get, the more social currency you have because you are more oppressed. So...
I don't get it. I don't know.
I don't get it either, sis.
But that's my thought of the day.
Alright, so I disagree with all of the aforementioned, but what do you think? Should skinny people not buy plus-size clothes because you're taking away from a plus-sized person? Was the body positivity movement actually started by larger women? And when we cross the threshold where people start calling us fat and we can no longer find our size in stores, is that a red flag? Leave a comment below. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.